What is good, family? If it is Wednesday, if it's Wednesday, you know the deal. It's Soul Food Sneaker Talk. It is your boy OGSneekerz in the building. So let me get right to it and say a good Wednesday evening to the maestro, aka Sneak Mill. What's good, Dabs?
Chilling, man. Waiting for this part two of this conversation that we had 2 weeks ago. So I'm ready to get into it.
Man, I need that hat. Can we work something out?
Sure. If I find another one, I'll send it your way for sure.
Now I didn't say nothing about another one, bro. I just need that hat.
Believe me, you don't want this one, man. You don't want this one.
I got you. I got you. And of course, we would not be the Soli Trinity without the third part of the Soli Trinity. Say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to the man with all the AKAs. The bearded one. What's good, family?
That's a lot of pressure, man. But it's your man, Beard Jedi, a.k.a. the Black Alex P. Keaton, a.k.a. Shupat Shakur, a.k.a. Shumoa Joe, a.k.a. the Celtic Warrior Jameis, a.k.a. Glorious Bobby Shoes, a.k.a. Kick James, bitch. And you know the a.k.a. that matters the most, Jack Swagless. What's good, people?
I like that one, man. Kick James.
Yeah, I'm Kick James, yes, bitch.
And of course, we have some special guests. One that's in for a return visit, and another one that's coming for his first ride. But because his partner in crime was already here, he doesn't get like the normal peanuts and wine service and all that Des got the first time, because we only do that one time. So first of all, the dynamic duo from Des Customs, let's say good evening to the man Des. What's good, family?
What's good, bro? Just happy to be back, man. Happy that y'all were willing to have me back. I'm grateful to be here. I only have one AKA, the Heisenberg of this custom game, but I'll try to think of 7 more so I can compete with Beard next week.
No doubt. No doubt. And this time he brought his backup, so we can't gang up on him anymore. His partner in crime. Y'all say what's good to KreativeCustomKicks. Mo, what's good, family?
What up, people, man? What's going on, man? I'm happy to be joining. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun tonight.
Man, you were like on that diva status last time. We couldn't get to your publicist to be able to get you in. So I mean, I hope my check didn't bounce, and you're not like gonna dip out in the middle of the interview. So we're glad to have you here, man. I'm just messing with you, family.
Nah, man, we all good. We all good. I'm here for the whole night. Let's do this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I am going to pipe down, and I'm going to turn it over to the man with the keys and his hand on the steering wheel, the bearded one. What's good for the appetizer today, bro?
Before we get to it, man, I want to say a special happy birthday shout out to Jamie White, part of Team Early. She shows up every week and shows us love. As well, we got the rest of the crew in. We got V's Kicks, Warrior Blood, Black Ass, African. Love saying your name, bro. Pause. Ricardo Bonner's in the building. Young Civic. We got 804, the Kang of Phones and J's. OG Kicks, Tay Baltimore, Cadillac Jackson, the plug, Gabriel Kicks. This nigga Rob ain't changed his name yet. Rob ain't changed his name.
Come on, Rob.
Christ,
so good,
bro. Rob ain't changed. I mean, shit. G4 Vision, Shoeline Express, Buckeye City Soul. What's up, brother? G and came in early. Look at that team on time for the one time. Laid back 09. Jermaine Manning's in the building, and we packed. Y'all was ready for this. Y'all know how this goes. Last time Des was here, he shut the chat down. First time in 30 episodes, the chat was just silent. So we'll see what they got left. I mean, you may have already scared them. They might not have anything to say to you, sir. But we'll see what we got going on today, man.
I'm just here as a pretty face today, bro. It's almost today. I'm just here as a pretty face. That's it.
What was you about to say, OG?
On the birthday tip, we always have to look out for the family, right? So, from Soul Food Family, happy birthday to you. A very happy birthday. Oh, to you. From your Soul Food family. Because that's how we do's it.
Go ahead, Anita Faker.
Oh, wow, man, you gotta stop.
Hey,
He don't just take pictures. He don't just take pictures, people.
I was about to say, I mean, he gets paid for that. So that was a very special one right there. He gets paid to do that. So I hope you appreciated that. Are you gonna sing for the fellas too? I'm just asking for somebody else.
No.
That would be a no.
Okay, I was just checking, man. We got to be, you know, it's 2017. You got to be equal. You can't be choosing favorites. No comment. All right.
That would absolute no. And even when I do lives, it's like, yeah, sorry, can't help you. Just gotta keep it moving. I'd be like, happy birthday, bro. Dap them up and keep it moving.
Hey, the chat is giving you love, man. They're saying you killed it. They are giving you your props in here. So, you know what I'm saying? Drop that album on it real quick. Can they buy some of your music, sir? I mean, you know, shameless plug. Actually,
SoundCloud, I got a couple of projects that are on what is it, Apple Music and some other places. So yeah, if you interested, hit me at you know, at the Gmail, OGSneekerz@gmail, and I'll give you that good information.
Caddy just gave you a new AKA. He called you Shoot the Vandross.
There, my man. Yes, I'll take that one. He's one of my favorites. Miss that brother every day.
So y'all know how we do, man. We go around the table. We talk about what we wore today for the Hump Day Heat. Hump Day Heat. All I wore was my beaters. I just had on the black cement threes. I want to share this with y'all, just so y'all know the kind of person I am. I live in an apartment complex. I've lived here for 7 years. And if you live in an apartment complex, you know that the unassigned spaces, people just kind of have their spots that they park in. My unassigned space happens to be right in front of the apartment building. Now, we got some new people that moved in, and I decided to be petty enough not to leave the house today because I didn't want to lose my parking spot. Am I wrong? Am I alone? Is it just me? I'm that petty. I just said, fuck it, I'm not leaving today. And so I didn't leave the house. But Daz, what did you wear today for Hump Day Heat, brother?
Just wore some Sauconys, kept it light, kept it simple.
One of the good colorways from that pack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about you, OG?
Well, I saw somebody on the gram today, and they said that, you know, sometimes when you wear a fresh pair of kicks, even when you're feeling bad, it make you feel good. So I went and pulled out some heat. I saw some, I can't remember who I saw yesterday. I posted these up because they wore them, and I was like, man, I haven't broke those out, and today was a good day. So yeah, I rocked those copper 17s. Today. And man, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm probably the only person that does this. When I know I got fresh kicks on and it's the first time, if they look good, I can't stop looking at my feet. It's like every time I'm walking, I'm looking down like, oh, damn, those look good. They look good.
That's a whole lot of canvas there for Dez to get on. I'm just saying. It's a lot of white on that shit.
Yeah, I know you all get happy when you see white shoes, don't you? Wow, both of them. They just you have to say something. You can't shake your head and not say anything because you know it's voice activated, right? So
nah, we definitely white shoes is something sexy in the customizer's eyes, I think. Definitely good. Yeah, you just want to paint all over it, bro.
What did you wear today, Mo? Did you wear some heat?
I didn't, man. Honestly, they're not even by me right now, but I wore some low key Under Armours because I don't like to get paint on my shoes. So on my good shoes, you know what I mean? So I wear the beaters to work, you know, nothing that you'd want to show off or nothing.
I got you. Dez looked like he got on the nature shoes today, but Dez, did you wear some heat?
I mean, okay, so I got yelled at today by a kid at the art store because I wore these, but I don't know if you can see, but they got paint all over them because I just don't care. And I wear my shoes and I paint in my shoes. But yeah, some kid at the art store was like, oh. And I was like, man, I'm 41. Leave me alone, bro.
He acted like that was sacrilege. Like, you're wearing your shoes without plastic bags?
I mean, I'm at the art store. He should know by this time.
If you would have looked at his shoes, though.
Oh, no, he was fresh.
Yeah.
He was doing something. I was like, damn you.
Real talk.
He was clean. He was clean. He had some nice yeah, and I'm surprised that he was wearing them though. He had the chrome foams. I was like,
wow.
Don't you know those things crack if you look at them wrong? But
no doubt.
Hey, you know, he didn't care either. He was just shocked by your level of not give a fuckness.
Recklessness.
So around this time, this is when we get to the appetizer. This is where we show all the shoes we picked up this week. My brother Dabs has been rather quiet on the pickup tips, so I'm gonna ask him first. Dabs, what pickups you got this week for us, bro?
0, no pickups.
Wow, this is the first time in 31 episodes you ain't cop shit.
Yeah, man. I'm just waiting for these price drops. I'm not paying retail no more for nothing, so I'd rather just wait.
I can't even be mad at that. We saw the red 5s went on sale.
Everything's going on sale. Chutneys were $130. I mean, everything's dropping. So, you know, unless it's something special, maybe 11, I'll grab those probably first week. But everything other than that, I'm waiting.
Even the premium 5s, that white or gray, whatever the hell color it is, those went down to like $225 or something. So
yep, even the black ones. I think I seen the black ones that just came out a couple weeks ago for $299. So everything's dropping. So I'm just waiting.
Damn, not even for the 30% off. You didn't use the coupon.
There's nothing I wanted to get. I mean, what was there? What was there?
Well, I mean, you know, if you got that Thursday, Friday, you was good. But after that, it's a wrap.
I didn't see anything I wanted. Nah.
Yeah.
They had that pack at your price.
I'm sorry?
I said they had that pack at your price.
I've been seeing them even lower. I think they had them for $400, but I mean, on StockX, they're down to $375 to $350. So, you know, I might wait till they bottom out. We'll see what they do.
You know, with the 30% off, they were $350.
$350?
Yeah.
On Nike, I thought it was $400. That's cool.
It's getting there. It's getting there with that discount. OG, what did you pick up this week, bro?
So, the friends and family, I took the pack back and then ended up finding it again for the low. So you don't need to see it. You know what it is. And I got these. It's a Flyknit trainers. Really, really light. I know it may not be for everybody, but the dope thing about this for me was the shoe is $150 and I got it for $50.
Golly.
Because it was on the hash wall for $89, and then with the 30% off, it was $50. So, you know, that was a win for me. It's a really, really lightweight, easy shoe. Keep them by the door, run in, run out. And when I do get to the gym, yeah, I'll use those.
When I do get to the gym.
Hey, I know if I say anything else, somebody on here gonna call me out. So, two people on here gonna call me out. So I'm gonna keep it real. And the other pickup was a Grail at a really great price, gently used. Them Denzel Washingtons, aka the He Got Games. And it was an incredible price. It's like, well, it was just it was really, really, really good price. That was it.
You ain't gonna tell them about the other pickup from the outlet, the DMP pack?
I did. I said I took the pack back and I ended up getting it for the $350.
I missed that part.
I didn't grab
the chat trying to get them.
Sorry, yeah, it's in the other room, so I just talked about it, but I didn't do it because we've seen it before. Y'all know what it is.
Before I go, Mo, Dez, did either one of y'all pick up any heat this week for your personal collection?
I mean, if you want to consider it heat, I mean, I picked up some Under Armour running shoes not too long this week, but I got them right here. But you know, it's like Vince. I got them for low price. I like the color scheme, some bright neon stuff. So
you trying to be low key with those on, right? You don't want nobody to see you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm trying to just like disappear with those for real, visible. But yeah, man, you know, no heat. I'm kind of waiting on some stuff. So yeah, I'm staying low right now.
What about you, Dez?
Man, thanks to my buddy at Home Court DMV on Instagram, I got super low because all his prices are mad low. I got the I didn't bring him home because I left him at work because we work in the same building, so I know he ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the infrared 3s, you know, off the resale, but just I don't have any 3s, and if I was gonna get some, it was gonna be those, and I'm thrilled. The condition we're in and the price, unbeatable. So I was like, yeah, I gotta grab these. It's an illness, man. At this point, like I told myself, I'm not getting no more, and then I walked into work today, and he still had them, and they're my size, and it's so bad having them in the same building. Oh man, it's bad news.
It's a sickness. We all got it, man. Like literally after the show last week, I was talking to the fellas, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna slow down. You know, I need to slow down. And then I got the notification, 30% off. I said, so I'll be at the outlet tomorrow. It happened without even a second thought. I was like, that's so stupid. You're stupid. And I did it right after. I was like, God damn. Even as I shamed myself, I prepared to make that 2-hour drive the following day, which I did. And I proceeded to spend money, which I did. And then I went to another outlet. It's bad, man. I need help. There needs to be a sneaker rehab for real. So speaking of pickups, there's one pair of shoes that's not here yet. But I'm going to save probably the best for last. Well, yeah, let me say the best for last. This is an outlet pickup. Y'all know how I do. These are the Yin Yang Pack, the black pair. I got those for the 30% off. They were already $89, 30% off. And then I had a $10 coupon. So these were less than $40. It was like $37.88. And it's the size I need. I usually buy a 13, but I got those as 12.5. That fits me perfect. So I got those. Yes, we all do need sneaker counseling, Gabriel. This is another one in the long line of our Negro League collection. This is the Black 5s. I caught these on eBay for $60. I think the dude wanted $150 for them. I think this is the Philadelphia pair. I'm not really sure. But yeah, as you see, it's still the soft baseball leather. These are not
today, man, in my size.
Hey, man, these do run a little bit big.
Okay.
So you could probably go half size down if you get these. This is the Nike Dunk Vandal High. And this is, like I said, one of the Black 5 collection. There's several of them. I'll probably get another pair. The pair that I should have for the next show is right up there with my Memphis Red Sox. It's ridiculous. I'm going to go to these because we might have some people in the chat that want these. I just confessed my sneaker problem, and I copped these from the outlet. They are going back because I don't need them. They're going back, damn it. But if somebody in the chat wants them before I take them back, the Radio Raheems, this is a size 13. If you're interested, we can talk. You can put it in the chat or you can hit me up on the ground. I'm selling those or I'm returning them. Either way. And it's really bad, Dan. Don't laugh at me. Because the setup in the
bro,
store.
I'm just, it's like looking in the mirror right now, bro.
It's bad because of the setup here, and I told you I wear 12.5. Sometimes I can wear 12. Most times I have to order 13 because they ain't got a 13. But they had these in the 14, and I bought these motherfuckers anyway. They don't fit. They don't fit, man. They don't fit. But I bought them anyway. I'm going to take them back. If anybody in the chat is interested, it's a size 14, alternate Bugs Bunny. Holla at me if you want them. If not, I'm taking them back to the store. I don't need that shit. All right. I'm almost done, I promise. This is the steal of the week. These are the Air Trainer Safaris. Bro. It's a dope shoe. Dope shoe. Got these for a crazy price. They are used, but it's OG all. I got the box. They barely were worn. And this is just a dope, dope ass shoe. Safari Air Trainers. I can't wait to rock those. Those might be straight to feet. Those might go tomorrow. Everybody in the chat is dying. They're like, he got a problem. I know OGKicks. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. This kick, it came in perfectly. It just came in yesterday. Shout out to the homie Hoop Fresh on Instagram. Make sure you check him out. Des and Mo, maybe y'all can appreciate this. This, as you see the top, is a Jordan 1.5, right? So it has a Nike on the side. Y'all know what the 1.5s are, the returns. They normally have a Jordan 2 sole. But I did a sole swap for the Jordan 1s. So now I have a pair of bootleg fragments. And it's dope as shit. It took them a while to get them done, but I know that going into the custom game, that's how it goes. and he was able to get it. The blue's a little off from the sole in the shoe. I don't know if y'all can see that on camera. But
call you Pookie.
It be calling me, man. It be calling me. But yeah, I got my custom game on, so I got me some Soul Swap 2.5s, 1.5. I guess I call it 2.5. But yeah, that is all the stuff I got for this week. Now I know before you said that last week when we did the show, you said that you don't really get into the material swapping, right? Like soul swapping and things like that.
Correct.
Yeah. So have either one of you tried and had a bad experience with that? Or you just said, fuck it, I'm not touching it?
I haven't tried, to be honest, but you know what? I would love to. I would love to start experimenting with that. And, I've even told Des we need to probably get just playing with it and seeing what we can do with it. Because, it's another avenue, but we paint. We love painting. That's first and foremost. But, yeah, I would love to try it out, man. I'd love to mess around with it. It looks something cool.
Hell no.
Yeah, I was gonna say
hell no. Hell, look, lanes. If you old with one eye and got a handicapped little thing hanging off your car, you should be in the right lane or not on the highway. Lane. That's not our lane. We paint really, 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 really well. That's our lane. We are in the left lane on the highway when it comes to art. Why I'm gonna jump in the handicapped passenger seat of the little bus of trying to swap materials? What? No. But Mo's gonna try it, and I'm gonna sit there and watch him try it, and then he's gonna be like, "Man, I can't do this," and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, that's because it's not our lane."
Sound like you're being blocked there, Mo.
Yeah, he be hating. He be hating. Don't worry. When I do that joint and it's hot, he gonna ask me, can he jump on the second pair and do the other side and shit.
Look at my face.
What?
Look at my face.
So we got to get all up in Dez's business last week. Mo, can you tell us a little bit about you, how you got to the sneaker game, how you hooked up with this scoundrel over here? A little background information about you. I didn't know you was listening, Dez. Who said that? Somebody ghost wrote that, man. That wasn't me.
Well, shoot, man. Getting into art. I mean, I've been doing art, I guess, all my life, you could say. Drawing since young and growing up doing it. Even went to school for it. I went to University of Maryland and got my studio art degree. Doing art. I was more into sculpture. That was my thing in college. I concentrated more on sculpture thing. I did the clay and the wood and metal. But the whole time, of course, drawing and painting and things like that. Customizing shoes, to be honest, I mean, it's something I dabbled with back in high school. Painting on my track cleats in high school was what? 99, 2000 for me. 98 is when I went in. So yeah, right around those years.
Baby.
I know, right? I'm a young baby, man. Still young, I guess. No, man, but basically doing it in high school, painting my track cleats and stuff like that for my teammates and things. Painting out track jackets, I can remember. So I used to customize things like that. But throughout my life, I guess you could say, as I was growing up, I didn't pursue it. I didn't keep it, keep the hobby alive. I just kind of did it every now and then. I played around with it, did Air Force Ones for myself and would wear it out, but never, never made it a thing to do. And then a few years ago, you could say about 3.5 years ago, is when I met Dez. And meeting Dez, he was drunk out his mind, and that's so that's a whole other thing. But basically, yeah. Look, we met one night. It was actually at an event he was doing. I don't know if you went through the story already, Des, but through an event he was doing.
I didn't tell him the drunk ass story. Thanks, Mo. I didn't know. I just skipped this one.
Yes, you too drunk to remember, so I'm reminding everybody. Nah. It was a night we went out. I mean, a night he was out. I went out and met him up, And I mean, from there, you know, not to kind of go through the entire long story, but we spoke on the phone. I was doing retail at the time. I worked retail many, many years through my life, and you know, wanted to do art. And Des just kind of convinced me, got me that push that got me wanting to you know, jump out there and kind of do the art thing. So that's when basically I quit my job. I quit my retail job. I basically, you know, me and Des opened up our store maybe about 3 months later. And that's all she wrote, man. From 3.5 years now, I've been painting shoes and loving it. Loving it.
So Des makes it a point to tell us that he's an artist first that happens to paint on sneakers. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah. That's our thing. I mean, that's what, you know, that's what I make sure I tell every client, every customer, you know, everybody that talks to me about it. I paint on anything, you know, it just happens to be shoes as the canvas right now. And, you know, a canvas itself was the canvas before. Clothing could be the canvas. Anything could be the canvas. But I'm an artist, you know, I just paint. So put anything in front of me and I'll paint it. So, yeah.
So for the two of y'all, what would be your favorite part of the process? And like, what is your niche in the process? So like, are one of you really good at prepping? So you always prep? Is the other one really good at finishing? So they always finish?
Nah, so, you know, what's really, really awesome is that Mo and I have very, very unique styles. So you're not going to get, you could ask for the same exact thing from both of us and you're not going to get the same product. So really, for me, honestly, my favorite part is no lie. Like when Mo comes out and he's like, yo, I finished these, check these out. That's because start to finish, we both do everything the same. Like, you know, prep and this, that, and the third. But for me, it's like, it's seeing the final product. And honestly, like part of the better part of my day is like, you know, Mo coming into my side of the studio, or I'll go into his side of the studio and look at what he's done, or he'll look at what I've done, and it's kind of seeing the reaction, because I know Mo, you know, Mo's gonna tell me if I messed it up, but for them, I don't think that's happened yet. Or he might tell me to add something, but it's just the comparing the notes part. I love that part of it. Like I love seeing the final product, because he'll take a shoe and I know what he's gonna do on it, but I have no idea what the final product is gonna look like, and then seeing it at the end is just. It's a really awesome experience, because it'll be completely different than what I thought it should look like, but it'll still be dope.
So that's something I just picked up from what you said. It sounds like project comes in and one of you will take the project and y'all just handle the whole project start to finish most times? Right.
Yeah. So for the most part right now, like Mo, all right, so Mo would tell you himself, and I'll let Mo, I'm going to finish off because I'm being greedy, but like for the most part, like if it's a portrait or something like that, I'll do it. But everything else, we split straight up down the middle. And Mo even has done like some of the action shots, like the Jackie Robinson pair. We split that. Like I did the close up, he did the sliding in the home base. So there's, you know, there's not a lack of talent there. It's just I'm more comfortable with the portraits. But anything else, we straight up. It doesn't matter who grabs the shoe. You're gonna get a great product at the end. It's just gonna be very, very different. Mo is a lot more technical, a lot more balanced, a lot more involved in planning before painting. While I'll paint before I ever really, you know, an idea will pop into my head and I'll just go try to execute it. But I'll shut up and let Mo talk because I'm being selfish right now.
Come on, Mo, it's your turn to shine.
Answer the question. I mean, if I could answer the same question. Not shot, man. I didn't know if you want me to answer the same question. I kind of forgot what the question was at this point. But now we got different styles. I mean, definitely, like that said, I'm definitely more technical. I think I kind of do a little bit more calculations with my art, in the sense of like how it's going to lay out and where it goes here and where it goes there. And I think that's a little bit more freestyle with it. But yeah, when it comes to strength, Des is definitely more strength in the portrait area. I'm not too strong in that area. But art is art, you know, I'm working on it. I'm gonna get to that point. But everything else, yeah, I think we balance out. I think we got when you, to take it back, when you said favorite parts of the process, I think we do both cover each, you know, the whole process from, you know, taping to painting to everything. I think I enjoyed the taping up a little bit more than Des does, and I think he can admit that. I don't know why, but I think I have a little bit more of a fondness for that part as well, to the tape it. I think that's important too. So, but yeah, man, other than that, we both, the time an order comes in, you know, it's a matter of who it lands on, or like, you know, who's free at the moment to grab it and get it going. But yeah, when we get big projects, I think it's safe to say we like to both get our, you know, celebrate the fact that we both got to work on. Maybe we might get a player that we may have never worked on before. So, and you know, with these type of things, you never know if you work on it again, and unless you have something consistent going with them. So that's an opportunity for us to where we say, you know what, I'll tackle the left side, you tackle the right side, and we'll talk about the idea, come to a agreement, and go for it.
That's what's up.
So have you all ever gotten into a situation where you're working on something and you kind of want to go in opposite directions, but it's something that you need to complete together? And if so, how do you resolve that?
We fight. We put on gloves and we go to the basement. Out of the basement first gets to go with their idea. So, and don't get it twisted. Mo is lighter than me, but he's really fast. So it's tough sometimes, man. I think it's about dead even, like wins and losses. But he's really spry, man. He's got that like little angry man strength. So it's scary. Like, yeah, that's pretty much the way we settle it.
That's exactly how it goes down.
What is so funny to me, when I visited you guys in the shop, it is just like this. Imagine, like, I remember more when you guys were in one room. I know you have like your separate areas now, and you have to go to the left to visit one and to the right. But, you know, in the OG days when, you know, it was all in the pit, you know, the TV's got some movie going on, and they one over here in this corner and the other corner, and they you know, throwing stuff at each other or having a conversation, and then nobody says anything, and then 5 minutes later, after silence, somebody tells a joke. I mean, it's really like what you're getting right now is what they do, man. This is just hilarious to me, man. So dope.
Ask Mo why we're not in the same room no more. Go ahead, ask him.
Mo, why are you not in the same room anymore?
I couldn't stand Des, man. He's annoying. Say nah, man. Nah, man. Look, we had the space. I looked at it like we had the space in the rooms and that in our new location. We, you know, it's not set up to both be in one room. So we had the space. I took, you know, I wanted to take advantage, you know, get a little bit more space out of it. And we still even have extra rooms that we don't even use right now. So, yeah, it's just the way the setup is. Believe me, if we was in a warehouse style like we were before, I think it would be like the old days where we were under in one big room.
Mo want to watch reruns of Empire all the time, and Black Ink Crew, and I don't get down with that. So I was like, man, nah. Look, and Mo got tired of me changing the channel, so Mo was like, I'm out. I'm getting my own room. Like, all right, man.
Which Black Ink Crew though? Chicago?
I watch both of them. I like both of them, but I like Chicago a little bit more now. But I like both.
Stand up.
Yeah, that New York one got a little ratchet for me the last season. I was like, what the hell am I watching?
Well, that's what Mo loves. The more ratchet, the more Mo be on
it. So he like to bring drama to the office, huh? He got his girl and then his wife and his baby sister and all them come in the room fighting.
Look,
believe it or not, only on the TV. No.
We got any questions from the chat, Beard?
Yeah, we got one for Fashion Umbrella Foundation. what was the most difficult project and did it have a tight deadline? So I guess it's the same question, or you can split it. What was the most difficult project for each one of you, or in your opinion, and did that most difficult project have a tight deadline?
Go ahead, Mo.
You know what? That's a tough one. I mean, I think the way to answer that, the best way I can answer that, I mean, sometimes what makes the project difficult is the deadline. So I don't know if that answers the question somewhat, because I know they structured a deadline to the most difficult, but I mean, that's sometimes what makes it so difficult of a project, is you may hear about it one day and need it done 3 days later. So you have maybe 1 or 2 days roughly to work on it. But gosh, the most difficult one, or one of the most, I know there's a Cam Newton pair that I remember being really difficult because of tight deadline. Can't remember exactly which. As you chime in before I can. I can't think of one right now. Another one.
Anything that deals with NFL athletes, because they send their shoe on Thursday and need it back by Sunday, and they're playing in LA and we're in Maryland. So there's that, and then there's sometimes what makes it difficult is usually our customers have faith in us, but sometimes with Under Armour we have to meet certain guidelines and certain specific points. Like they'll send over like an idea sheet, and we need to cover, if they have 4 or 5 points on the idea sheet, we have to cover that. And so we'll have to send shots during the process so they can say, yeah, I like that direction, or no, I don't like, especially if they're doing like a launch based around our artwork. So sometimes it can be, it's not that it's the project itself. Well, yeah, I mean, the projects themselves are detailed and difficult, but it's also the fact that we have to submit, we're already on a deadline, and then we have to submit images to continue in the direction that we're going. And we have pause, and it throws you out of your groove, it throws you out of your momentum. So it can be something, it could be the technical side of it that makes it, or the business side of it that makes it more difficult.
Cool. I just wanted to jump in right quick, Beard, and just say I know that question came from Fashion Umbrella Foundation, and I just want to say welcome to them into the chat. And they're actually sponsoring, a part of sponsoring Baltimore Fashion Week, in which Mo and Dez will be featured on Saturday. I think this is maybe the first time that they're involving like the sneaker element into the Baltimore Fashion Week, which is really dope. And we just found out today that it's going to be another knucklehead that y'all might know joining them on the panel. So OGSneekerz. We appreciate the opportunity to be hanging out with them, and definitely just wanted to shout out Baltimore Fashion Week. And if she can just hit off in the chat just the information about the Fashion Week. I know the panel is supposed to be on Saturday, August the 12th. I'm not sure of the location, but if you definitely check the IG, you'll be able to we'll be posting up about that information. I'm sure there'll also be information posted. If you just search up Baltimore Fashion Week, you'll be able to find that information as well.
That's what's up. Either one of y'all got questions before we get to some more stuff I got written down here?
I had one. I guess, with every sneaker that you may customize, it's going to have a story. So for me, the question I had for each of you guys is what sneaker had the most heartfelt or the most heartwarming story that was associated with doing a custom on a sneaker?
Man, there's been a couple for me. Being parts of people's so there was one that I remember that was a bit heartfelt. Was through Under Armour, we did a project for a kid that was suffering a spinal spinal problem. Yeah, it was a spinal problem. And so, but he was a big fan of customized kicks. And so we were, you know, blessed enough to have the opportunity to do a pair of custom kicks for him. And he was gifted that pair. So, I mean, being a part of a story like that was very, you know, it's a way where, you know, you do a little bit more than just doing art now. You're actually, you know, doing, you know, a nice thing for somebody that's going to appreciate it more than just a kid that loves kicks, you know. So, and then being parts of people's weddings, I think is another thing for me, where it's like something I remember a little bit more than the quick weeks of NFL that we do every week. Okay, here's another idea for NFL. Here's another idea. I mean, being a part for people's weddings is a huge thing. I know we just got a recent order to be a part of somebody else's. So those are big things, man, because you're in history now. You're in people's history, you know, with pictures and things like that. You know, it's gonna go down. So those are huge for me.
You know, we've done, you know, anything that's more than just an art piece or something to make it look cool. You know, anytime we've been a part of, like OG, the pair we did for your wife. I mean, that right there, you know what I mean? That's something that, you know, means that much more to the individual. I mean, we've done, like I mentioned 2 weeks ago, the pair we did for Sammy Coates, the girl that's Kenzie Ray, that's his really close friend, that's been a patient at St. Jude's for as long as they've known one another. And we did a portrait of her on his cleats. Things like that, man, where you know that someone is going to have an emotional reaction to it, or an emotional attachment to it. It's really, it's very fulfilling. It can be bittersweet at times, but it's also very fulfilling because you're doing something that we feel, honestly, that we are, that's what we're meant to do right there. We feel, you know, forget the followers, forget whatever ranking we are, forget whatever people think or articles are written. We feel like that's what we're built for. We're built for these type of customs, the ones that are exceptional and heartfelt and have photos or images of loved ones and things like that. That's what we're built for. So, and that's what we pour ourselves into it, and we feel like that makes it all the more special.
Cool. I had one more question as well. I was thinking, like, how long does it normally take to, just kind of on average, how long does it take to actually customize a sneaker? I mean, does it, you know, just on average?
4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes minimum 4 or 5 hours.
Wow. Goodness.
Yeah, it all depends. You know, it's all relative, man. It all depends on the custom itself. Give you example. You know, we're doing detail work. Yeah, it's going to take a couple hours. It could take 4 or 5 hours just doing the artwork. You know, and you're starting from a kind of a base of not taping too much because the shoe doesn't have too much area you need to tape off. So you're just going at it with, you know, a background and then the detail work and, you know, so on and so forth. So it'll take you about 4 or 5 hours. But then you can, you know, I'll give you another example of if doing like a pair of baseball cleats I just had to recently do, actually today. The taping off took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, because there's a little bit more, well, a lot more taping and a lot more area that shouldn't be painted. And you kind of have to be, you know, technical with that kind of stuff. That's what they want. They want this to kind of look factory, you know. So the painting took about 2.5, 3 hours. I mean, I'm sorry, the taping up took about 2.5, 3 hours, and then the painting took about an hour. So that took the 4 hours, but it was a little bit less painting and a lot more taping. So you know, all relative to the custom, what kind of custom you're doing.
Question for you, Mo. Hurt 92 TV asks, what, in your opinion, I know if you can repeat your answer for us after that, Des, which one, in your opinion, Mo, is better, paintbrush or airbrush?
Which one's better? Airbrush, 100%. Airbrush is more versatile. Paintbrush is, that's a tough one. Paintbrush, I love it as well because you get in real detailed with that. But I just think the airbrush, you have more of a value in it because you can do a lot more with it.
And Des, for the people that didn't hear you last week, which one do you prefer?
I prefer mixing the two. I mean, airbrush makes things go quicker, and it is like Mo said, it's the most versatile tool that you can use. But the paintbrush, man, when you got to get the eyelashes and the things like that, and the small lettering and outlines and things like that, and when you can mix the two and you get that, it creates more texture. It's more of a technique when you mix the two, and you can really add life into a project when you mix the two. So, if you're just doing colorways, airbrush is a must. I think it just gives you a smoother, cleaner product. But if you're doing artwork and if you're doing really high detail stuff, then you're probably gonna need to mix both.
That's what's up. OG, what you got on the screen for us there, brother?
Oh, so some of the family that's from the Baltimore area was asking about the location of the event. Again, it is part of the Baltimore Fashion Week. It is on Saturday, August the 12th, as hopefully you can see there on the screen, at 1 p.m. And it is at the Columbus Center, which is 701 East Pratt Street. And tickets are available online. Again, if you just Google Baltimore Fashion Week, you will find the link and you can go for it. And it's brought to you by the fine people from KreativeCustomKicks, Des Customs, and our family over at Footage Society. So, and of course, the Fashion Umbrella Foundation. So, should be really dope. I'm looking forward to being able to, be part of that event with these guys. And I don't know, do we have enough time to do a Soul Food Sneaker Talk custom on those Pure Money 4s?
I'm waiting on you.
Okay. We gonna figure out how to get together after we finish the show tonight.
Yep.
He always puts you on the spot like that, OG.
It's my fault. Yeah, I understand. That's par for the course for me here. It's I'm the butt of the best, and it's always my fault. So hey, broad shoulders.
There's always be like, it's OG fault every time. If you each could give somebody who's just trying to do customs, what would be your number one tip that you got to make sure, like if you're going to perfect any one thing for doing a custom, what would be your one thing that you say?
Mo?
You said what would I tell, like another customizer?
Yeah, so is somebody just trying to get to the custom game and they ask you for like the most important tip, or what tip will take them the farthest? What would be the one tip that you tell them?
Don't do it for asshole purposes. Don't, if your priority is art, sneakers, art, love of sneakers, blah, 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 go, be patient, practice on paper, YouTube everything, gather knowledge. But please let your priorities be what dictates if you belong here, if you belong doing it or not. If it's sneakers and then art, fine, you're still good, you're still great. But if your priorities are likes, money, sneakers, art, jump off a cliff, run into traffic, jump in front of a train. Don't do customs. And as a culture, it's like anything else. It's like the culture of anything else. If you're not in it because you love it, then all you're going to do is corrupt it. All you're going to do is is do things that are gonna, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it. I'm not gonna say names. I can't say names, but there's a customizer in this industry that literally was only in the game to make money. I mean, to the point of, photoshopping pictures, saying that he painted that thing, and he didn't even do the artwork that he was posting up. So he would put he would Photoshop a comic book character onto a shoe, say that it was a paint job, and take orders for that, knowing he did not have the ability to do that. That is the example that I'm talking about. If it's likes, money, then everything else, then all you're going to do is destroy this thing that should be, honestly, it should be a fantastic thing for the sneaker culture, but it's become this watered down mainstream product because of the fact that the priorities of the people that are doing it they're not correct.
Wow. What about you, Mo? You had some time. Did you figure out what your number one piece of advice?
Be creative. What's that?
No, you go ahead. You were saying it.
No, I guess, yeah, in other words, that's kind of what I would want to say, or is just be creative. What I see a lot nowadays is people want to get into the game and want to customize, but they'll kind of just jump onto somebody else's ideas and kind of redo them. Or follow mainstream and, do the prints, the Louis Vuitton prints and the Supremes and stuff like that. It's cool and everything. And it's cool when you got a kind of hip or cool way of doing it, because I've seen it executed in some cool ways. And that's when you kind of appreciate it. But, stay new. There's like any type of fashion, any type of business, or any type of, product, you got to stay new with it. So, art is always going to be art, but you got to do something new with the art to keep it fresh. So, yeah, I think that's where we try to differentiate ourselves. We're not going to just give you colorways. We're not going to just give you, bait prints and Louis Vuitton print and stuff like that, which have, again, had just been done hundreds and hundreds of times by so many customizers. And that's what kills me, is because they do that, that's why they're labeled a customizer. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. Yes, by literal sense you are, but, and then I'm an artist that just paints on shoes, because it's more to it than just that.
How do you guys guard the community from stuff like that? I mean, as kind of people that are, from our perspective, certainly at the top, of the list, is there anything that you can do to guard the community, your community from that?
Unfortunately, man, all right, so sponsorship has its privileges, but it puts a leash on you. Like, your sponsors don't want you out there calling people out all day and night. Like, they don't want you making a hit list and posting their pictures up and blah, 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 because they don't want the negative draw. So, it's tough, man. That, like, we say it over, and Mo and I both, we try so hard to, like, at least on our pages, we try hard to give good examples of artwork, or at least things that are original, and that's all we can do. But what are you gonna do, man? I mean, how do you fight the lines that still exist in front of Foot Lockers and stuff? Like, when what's coming out is garbage, but people are still waiting in line. Like, how do you battle that? Well, what you guys are doing right now is great, because you guys are actually providing something real that people can listen to. You pick up what you like. You describe what you like. You give people an original product that they can see you can tell that you guys love sneakers. But that's all me and Mo. That's all Mo and I can do. You know, we're working on getting more active in YouTube and social media and things like that. You know, there's a gentleman that has a lot of camera equipment that said he's going to start coming by more often to do that, but to solidify that. But you know, anyways, but you know, all you can do is, I mean, it's try to stay positive. And again, lanes. You know what I mean? We hope that eventually these people that are regurgitating, I mean, you've seen it. People do runs of 50 of the same custom. Anything exists. Is it a custom? Hold on. Is it you not okay, so you do customs, but you don't allow people to choose customs. You're gonna tell them what the custom is and give, I mean, when does it stop making sense? Like, and then if it's a custom, isn't it supposed to be original? Your idea, what you want? No, you just out here jumping on because of followers. You jumping on, oh, I gotta have something from that person. But so you're unoriginal. So you can't fight people's unoriginality. You can't fight people's lameness. You just gotta sit there and at least give people that are original and that do want an original piece of art product. You give them an avenue of where to go. And real quick, I know I'm hogging the time. I swear I'm gonna mute my shit and I'm gonna let Mo talk for the rest of the night. But, and this is not to disparage colorway people. People always think that I down colorway people. No, because if somebody, you know, wants to turn Jordan 1s into fragments, I think it's dope to people that do clean work, When I say art, anything can be art. Again, as long as it's in the right order. You know, you love sneakers, you have a passion for anything can be art, man. There's not a problem with just doing colorways. I've never said that in my life. I think it's an amazing technique. If you can make them look factory, wow. You know, so I'm not downing it. People always think I'm downing it when I say art. That is, to me, that's an art form in itself. It's not one we do, but it's an art form in itself. All I'm saying is, you know, a little bit of originality won't hurt either. But when it comes to at least custom, like one of ones, like custom, it's hard to, like you said, protect the people from themselves. It's hard. You can't protect people from themselves. Okay, I'm muting. Mo, you got the rest of the night. I'm done. I'm gone.
Real World Kicks asks, how many clients do y'all have to turn away from wanting something that could be considered copyright infringement, or is that a non-issue? Now, I know you kind of answered that before when you were on here, Des, but Mo, what's your take on it?
I don't worry too much about copyright. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff where I think it has crossed some lines. When you do logos, when you do things like that. So no, I mean, what we try to stay away from, I try to tell people all the time I won't do, is when they ask for another customizer's work. I think that's, you know, I'll take an image from, you know, I'll take a photograph or I'll take a image of a stadium or something like that, and I do that. That's fine. But if you ask me to do another customizer's idea or you know, way of them doing a custom, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do my best to, you know, do something my own style of that custom. Just because, yeah, that's another artist's work. I don't want to copy another artist's work. So I try to stay away from that. But other than that, yeah, man, I'll do logos. I've done anything like that. If it makes the idea look good, then I'm gonna go for it. And if we get in trouble with the business later, then, you know, we'll worry about that later. But I don't think it's at that level, you know, what we do. I don't think it's at that level. If you do a company's logo, I don't think they're coming after us because we put their logo on a sneaker.
Yeah, I don't even know what they could do, because I mean, if you were doing multiple prints, it could be a cease and desist. But if you're doing a one-off,
right, exactly. That's my point. Is I just think they look at that as custom work. You know, I've seen cars with, you know, images on there and things like that. they're not getting in trouble. You know, it's not getting their paint ripped, taken off or something like that. So yeah, I think it's intellectual property. You know, that's my right to draw what I want. And you know, if I'm doing their logo and I'm making sales off of it, that's one thing. But again, I just don't think it's at that level when you're doing just one of one customs or 2 or 3 of them. You know, I don't think it's that big of a problem.
And I think Des had made the point last week where he was saying that, you know, it's your interpretation of it. You know, you don't have the company's template where, you know, you're, you know, doing that. You're looking at whatever the image is or what have you, and you know, you're giving, it's almost like a likeness, you know, type of thing. So
right,
your creative license on you know, something that may be known or recognizable.
Right. I mean, in many ways it is like that, and some can argue that it's, you know, it's still you know, copying the image or copying the logo. But you know, it's a thin line to fight. I'm not too brushed up in the law side of it all, so I don't know what the laws could be or would be or are against them. But again, I just don't believe it's that at that big of a level. Like,
have you all ever had any situations like that, or any pushback, or you know, that you would want to talk about or mention? You know, kind of where somebody was like, "Hey, you know, I love what you're doing, but you know, please stop."
Yeah, I mean, we had a thing where we like to say we started the buzz in the NFL world with custom cleats. Damn what they say, because you know, years ago, 3 years ago is when it kind of all started, and it really started with or the big buzz at least started with where we did some cleats for Deshaun Jackson, and we covered up. Now the thing with that one, this story is we covered up the Nike logo with our art. Like, the art ended up covering up the Nike logo on the shoe, on a cleat, and it somewhat disappeared. You couldn't tell it was a Nike cleat anymore. Deshaun wore it in the game, and it caused, you know, a negative thing with Nike, to the point that they actually sent newsletters out to their players with an image of our cleats, of our specific cleats that we did for Deshaun. They sent this newsletter to all the players, letting them know that they're aware of what they're doing now, getting shoes painted by third parties, and they're not allowed to do it. And for those that have contracts with Nike, are in risk of losing their contracts, and so on and so forth. So it caused quite a buzz. I mean, it made the headlines, it hit news and all of that. It wasn't just our customs. There were a few more in the world, but I mean, out there in the game, but very few compared to what it is now. And then funny enough, with Nike trying to stop it, it kind of turned around and I think took off even more. So, hey man, like they say, any publicity is good publicity. So
you all are so popular that I got a text with a question for you, because they can't get in the chat, so they got a question, and the question is, where do you see? If I could read, I would be dangerous. Where do you see your brand or your work in the next 5 years?
Wow, that's a good question, man. I mean, creating. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny. It's a tough question for me, because I just, you know, we've taken so many things have happened in the last couple of years. It's just been fast, and it's just taken the brand here and there, and you know, it's grown, and it just at the same time, it's, you know, it's been about the shoes and everything, but we also, you know, we battle, I think, a lot more with the fact that we like to still do art, period. So other types of art, but the shoes pull us away from it. But you know, in 5 years, man, you know, it's gonna sound cheesy. I'm gonna make it sound cheesy, but when it comes to my brand, I just want to grow it. I want to continue to grow it. The sky's the limit. So, you know, if I'm still doing shoes because it's just still popping and everything is going even more, then I would love to. But I want to get to the point where, you know, the brand is built where, hell, man, we design our own damn shoe, or we, you know, have, you know, other avenues somewhat, creating prints. I mean, we've gotten into an avenue now creating prints that go on to shoes and stuff like that, that big brands are manufacturing. So that's been new and that's been exciting. And, you know, that's a whole nother thing that I would love to continue to do, you know, create mass produced prints that I can still do my artwork alongside it. And, you know, again, just be creative.
Talk about that a little bit more. I mean, I know about it. I think that was something that we were talking about with Des before he came on, but you guys are doing something with, well, I won't call the people, but you can mention it if you want, the company, where they're like making your designs available, kind of like a ID on the shoe.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, Des. Go ahead.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, I didn't know you.
So
come back in.
I unmuted, yeah, because I got excited about this one. I was like, no, I'm damn man, I'm getting in this one. No, it's been you know, we work very closely with Under Armour, and you know, they've come out with a platform where you can customize the Curry One, the highlight, or low top soccer shoe. And they have a platform where you can choose, you can upload your own photo, you can choose prints that are already done, customizable prints that are already done. And we've been involved. We were involved in the 4th of July release. We are getting more and more involved in future releases for prints designed specifically for that platform from us. And Under Armour's really provided us with a nice springboard as far as opportunities go. And, you know, at the end of the day, we are grateful that we've worked with them for this amount of time, for this long, and we've been front and center for a lot of the projects they do art-wise, and a lot of their elite athletes. They come to us when it's a creative item that's needed. But, you know, through that relationship, we've been able to cultivate that and start doing these prints. So it's just been good.
That's dope. Just looking here at some of these questions. Cadillac Jackson asked, what is one of the customers that made you be like, oh my damn, mama, I made it? Like, what's one that kind of had you starstruck, or a meeting that you got in for an order that made you be like, yo, we official as hell now?
Wow.
I know one for me. There's been a couple of moments like that, man, and it's been a blessing. I gotta honestly say, like, I count my blessings every time it happens, because, you know, you just feel giddy all over again. Like, it's kind of the same feeling over and over again. So I enjoy it, man. Like I say, I'm blessed, and but I can tell you one time that it really, you know, kind of had to have a smile on my face. But Thanksgiving, not this past year. Was it the year before? I think the year before.
Yep.
But not this past year, but the year before. Thanksgiving, it was a game on Carolina Panthers against Dallas Cowboys, and it was Thursday, Thanksgiving. You know, everybody glued to the TV. We had a family dinner going on, and my entire family was there. So, you know, aunts, uncles, mom, dad, brothers, just everybody. I mean, the whole nine. And the game was on, and then next thing we had just recently did a pair for Cam Newton for that game, where we did his dabbing pair and his Superman pose and his dabbing pose on a pair of Under Armour cleats. And next thing you know, man, them things hit. Like, he wore them in the game. That was the first time he wore we did a custom for him before that for pregame. This time he actually wore them in the game, which was the first for our customs for him. And man, next thing you know, it just made, you know, the news. Like, you know, it was all over the TV. They blew it up on a television, big screen, talked about it, the announcers, sportscasters. And that was just a moment right there where you know, my entire family along with myself is watching TV, just watching a football game. Me, myself, enjoying the fact that Cam's wearing my cleats, but then the fact that they talk about it is, you know, that moment where you're like, damn, you know, I think I did look at my mom like, yeah, mom, I made it, you know, like that's that kind of feeling. So, yeah, man, but it's, you know, every time it happens, it gets you giddy all over again, man, I gotta say.
What about for you, Des? Was that the same moment for you?
That was one of the biggest right there. That was one of the biggest moments. You know, another one was the Super Bowl 2 years ago. The Broncos, you know, it was cool because we had customs actually all over the field that day. So it was pretty dope. But Danny Trevathan for the Broncos, he man, they caught him on screen dabbing after he recovered a fumble or something, and he had his foot up, and one of the customs we had, and I mean, I remember my phone just lit up at that moment. And, you know, my mom lives with me, and, you know, I'm blessed to have my mom here in my home living with me, and she looked at the screen, and she pointed at the screen, and she was like, "Hijo, is that your work?" And I was like, "Yeah, mama, that's me." And you know, it was, and it's in the Super Bowl, and you know, and for her to just be able to turn to me and give me a hug at that exact moment, and her feeling, like I could feel what she was feeling. You know, she saw her son's work, and I was able to witness it. I was able to look at it in her face, and it's the grandest stage, and there we were. So it was, you know, it's moments like that, man, and we get them through the season, but you know, that was Thanksgiving was wonderful too, because you know, my phone lit up then too. But the Super Bowl, you know, it was just one of those things where it was a beautiful thing, man. It was really great. And then, you know, there's been meetings that we've been invited to that we sat in where Mo and I kind of look at each other and be like, "Yo, is this it? Like, is this the moment? Like, are we supposed to be writing this moment down or recording it or something?" Because lately, you know, there's things that we can and can't talk about, but we've been involved in a couple of meetings where we're just like, man, you know, is this whole thing about to switch up real quick? Like, wow. So, yeah, I don't think we fulfilled what we can do. Like, I think there's a couple of things on the horizon that might surpass what we've already been through. But I think, you know, there's moments like that. It's moments that you can share with family that really make you, you know, when your phone starts to ring and when your cousins from Texas and Tennessee and LA are calling you like, "Dog, is that you?" And you're like, "Yeah." And it's moments like that where it matters a lot. You know, it brings it all really in your face. Like, man, we're here.
That's dope. But I'm gonna take it all the way back. We're gonna go all the way back a little bit here. Hurt TV 92 or Hurt 92 TV. Sorry if I said your name wrong. He asked, "How do you determine the price for a piece? Is it the shoe? Is it the artwork, or what helps you determine the price?"
A little bit of everything. I mean, what kind of shoe we're working on sometimes matters to a certain extent. Like, you know, it only goes up when we're kind of talking about maybe a foam. Foams are a little bit trickier to work on, so price goes up slightly. Other than that, you know, it really boils down to the amount of work going into it, the time that it's going to take us. You know, we try to break down the project according to, you know, what you're telling us you want on there. I think the best way we try to explain it to our customers is we tell them it's like a menu style, like an a la carte. You know, you pick, you know, the original idea. So you tell us what shoe you want, tell us a theme, and then we go from there and we talk about how much, you know, how much placement do you want? You want an image on this side, and this side, or you want it on just the outsides, or you want it on here, or you want lettering with it, you want text, you want that, you know, and it all kind of, you got to kind of get the whole idea wrapped up, and then we can price it out for you. So, yeah, I think each idea comes with its own price. you know, a lot of ideas can fall under one price. A lot of other ideas fall under one price. So it's not like it goes up and down this range so drastically, but you know, yeah, certain things will tilt the scale either way.
Do you have like, so your favorite tools of the trade? Is there a certain paint that you use, a certain brush that you use, a certain painter's tape? Like what are the ones that you will not vary on for what you use to paint customs?
So lately we've been using a tape called Pro Tape, and I'm probably gonna go live tomorrow or do a bunch of posts tomorrow. So yeah, I'll put it up on here now that I'll probably do that tomorrow. We've been using this tape, and I'll put the link up on it. I'll do it on my IG story. But you know, the airbrushes we use Iwata because I mean it's just the best in the business. There's no point in not using it. We're sponsored by Jacquard Paint. They're an amazing paint company when it comes to just being able to pour it in and get ready to go and shoot. I mean, it makes your work go by so much faster. You know, listen, I'm not going to disparage on Angelus. I'm not going to say they're a horrible product. Just right now, man, having been introduced recently to the Jacquard product, it's an amazing product. But Angelus is a great paint company. You know, I'm not gonna poop on them. I mean, you know, X-Acto knives, paintbrushes, everything after that is pretty normal. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. I don't know, Mo, am I missing something?
No, I mean, I covered it. You mentioned X-Acto knives. That's that one tool that I think I can't go without, man. In a single day of work, if I don't have my knife, and it's a gift and a curse because I've stabbed myself a few times.
Oh my God!
But yeah.
So when the client says, "Hey, is that blood on my shoe?" Like, no, that's just a really good.
No, but I have to tell people what's on my shoe. I had a little bit of a accident one day where blood started spewing out of a cut from an X-Acto knife and got all over my shoe, like just leaked down and kind of drenched my shoe. So yeah,
this Bama dropped an X-Acto knife on his ankle, and that joint, that joint, it looked like a horror movie. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But look, when he wiped the blood away, it was a cut like literally like the end of my pinky, I swear. But
just kept bleeding.
I was so scared. I mean, I know it dug in deep because he dropped it and that joint just stabbed him in the ankle and blood was just everywhere. I was like,
Yeah, it got pretty bad, man. But I can't go without my knife, man. That X-Acto knife is very important in my world.
Which one of you two, because your styles seem a little bit different, so I expect your answers will be different. Which one do you prefer? Freestyling, where somebody gives you a slight outline of what they want and they give you the shoe, or do you like a really concise idea where they want, I need these elements in this place in this color? Which one do each of you prefer?
Hell no! Don't give me no drawings. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't send me.
You like the idea and
arrows. Yes, because, all right, whatever you do for a living, today, right now, I can't go to your job and tell you how to do your job better than you do it. I can't. Now, I might could give you an idea, but I can't do your job better than you know how to do it. So why would you come to my job and tell me exactly how to do my job? This is my job. I'm doing it for 5 years.
That's why.
See, look, I was gonna. Hey, Vince, you fun.
What did you say, OG?
I said because I know how I like my fries, so I'm gonna tell you how to do your job.
OG, fun.
I knew it would take a minute. Just marinate in that for a moment.
Nah, but look, I kind of like both. With some ideas, I think it all depends on the person. But when it comes to the product or the project, I like a little bit of hey, look, you know, tell me your theme. What do you want? You want a comic book character, like for instance, or for example, you tell me, look, you want a Batman theme, you want a Joker theme or something like that. Okay, cool. You know, I think we both know what you want, and at that point, let's go crazy. You know, let me go crazy. I'll put the characters here. I'll put the back car, you know, Batmobile here. I'll do this. I'll do. But I know kind of, you know, what I do, he's going to be happy with. So the freestyle side of it all, I love it, you know. But I also like the idea of somebody telling me what they want. They want placement here. They want placement there. If it works aesthetically, I'll do it. I'll talk about it with them from the get-go and make sure. But if, for the most part, they have a decent idea and they got their particularities of where they want this and where they want that, I take that on as a project in itself of achieving that look for them, you know, making sure it looks exactly like what they kind of drew up. Because, you know what, at the end of the day, if I don't like it, I mean, I'm going to talk to them again about something that may look better or more pleasing to the eye. But if it's something that they just want and means something to them, I kind of look at that as a project to just, you know, to get that done, to make sure it looks like what they drew up, because that's a project in itself. So I like, you know, I like a little bit of both. Okay.
Either one of y'all got another question? I got one more here.
Yeah, I got a quick one. A lot of, you know, back in the day, most of the shoes that came out were, you know, majority leather. Now a lot of shoes are done with mesh or, you know, fly knit or whatnot. Is there something do you guys ever do customs on those type of shoes using with mesh, like using any type of dyes or anything like that?
Yeah. We still paint. I mean, we paint the mesh.
Okay.
The dye, it's not so much, you know, dye we rarely use, to be honest. We use it every now and then when we need to on the soles and so on. But for the most part, it's paint. And yeah, we paint the fly knits and the, you know, the knitted uppers now, the woven ones that we see a lot more. We still paint it, but let's be real, it makes the job that much more trickier and that much more, I guess, difficult, because, you know, the paint is going to sit differently on that. It's going to, you know, you can't get as detailed as you want to on that type of surface. So, you know, it makes the imagery a little bit different. And so you kind of got to make it custom different. So, yeah, you know, it's different. It's definitely different. You got to switch your style up. Or you got to do something a little different, but it can still be done. You know, we still do it.
Okay.
We got one more from Real World Kicks. He said, have you ever had to do a cover up of another person's work? And if so, what's the most difficult one?
Des, you've done one.
I won't.
Years ago.
I mean, yeah, now I don't know. I won't. We as a company will kindly decline covering up someone else's work. We don't know what steps they took to prepare or you know, make the surface adequate for paint. So we're not going to come behind them and clean up their mess and then make it look better. And because we can't guarantee that, if we just cover it, we can't guarantee the product. And if we have to start from scratch, it's not going to make sense to start from scratch on top of somebody else's dirty work. We just send us a brand new shoe. It's a lot easier.
Now, if you each had your, and we're going to do this, and then we're going to get to the dessert and the bill. For each of you, if you had one custom that you could do for somebody, a celebrity, or somebody that you know personally that you want to do as a favor, which one, who would you pick, and what would be the theme of that custom?
That's a really good question.
I had to catch up with Dabs from the last show. Dabs was killing me.
Let me think about that one for a second.
So while you think about that, there was a question that was earlier in the chat. I can't remember who asked it. I saw it flash past. How do you know when your work is good enough to charge people for it?
That was Hurt,
I think the person
Hurt
was asking
92
maybe.
TV.
Okay.
That's a work is
that's
good
a great
enough
question.
to charge somebody. Man, look, if somebody's willing to pay for it, do it. But you know, it'll be a quick lesson after that as to where you land in ranking, you know, amongst others. But you know, I'm not gonna knock anybody's hustle, anybody's will or drive to start it. Go for it. If you know, if you got a friend, if you got a family member that says, you know what, I'll pay you and I'll wear him, then do them. You know, do that custom because, hey, you got somebody willing to pay for it, and charge them. You know what I mean? If they're willing to pay for it. But again, where you rank and if you pursue it as a business, you'll soon learn is the moment a stranger is willing to pay for your work, then you kind of getting on to something now and, you know, pursue it, you know, practice at it and make it better.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. No. I'm good.
No, your time, brother. If you had something to add, please don't let me shut you down. I was just getting to. There was another question in the chat.
All right, but Mo answered that question great. I was just going to add a little something. I'm good.
Spit that wisdom. Don't be humble. Now.
I mean, so if this is to a young person and they're asking that question, I would say be careful how you value yourself. This like a part 2 of the answer to that, because if you set your value at a certain point, and Mo actually taught me this verbiage, you're the person now that charges $50 custom. So you're going to get the clients that are willing to pay $50 a custom. You're not going to get the clients that are willing to pay more. So you're going to establish yourself as the Walmart of customizing. So my only caution is if you're going to treat it like a business, treat it like a business from the beginning. You know, find yourself a 9 to 5 so that you can wait for someone to pay you what you should be worth. You should have a minimum worth. Like Mo and I, our base price for customs is $250. We won't touch a shoe for less than that, unless you're asking for like initials or something. That's different. But really, we try to stay there. Why? Because we don't. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be the Walmart of customs, because here's what happens. You'll never, after that, you'll never be the Versace. You won't be that, because the client base that you'll build that's your client base now. And you're not going to tell them one day you're charging $50 and the next day you're charging $250, because they're going to walk away and everybody else is going to be like, oh, well, wasn't that the guy doing $50 custom? I'm not going to him. I can pay so-and-so $250. They've been doing it for years. So just cautionary tale. If you're going to treat it like a business, treat it like a business from the very beginning. Set your value for the future, not for today, for the future. That's cautionary tale. That's all.
I like that, because it has, when people do that, it has a ripple effect on the industry. You know what I mean? As I do graphic design, and everybody who has Illustrator or Photoshop, all of a sudden they're a designer. So I see this I see it on Instagram, I see it on Facebook. Hey, I'll do your logo for $50. And then they come to me, well, such and such can do it for $50. Well, go to them. I'm not doing your logo for $50. And, well, you don't even have as big a name. I mean, you know, such and such. Okay, well, go to the $50 person. That's fine. But I get tired of fighting that battle, because, you know, you got Fiverr, you got all these things coming around where you can get a logo for the cheap. And I'm still trying to, you know, pay my bills. And I know that I'm going to be caring about your project more than they are. So it's rough. I like that advice.
It's like a post that Des put up not too long ago. And he probably, I don't know if he remembers it. I don't know where he got it from. I don't know if he remembers where he got it from.
The Robert Downey joint?
Probably. I just remember how it's, I think it was. But it summed it up very simply, where it was like, you know, you got customers that come to you and say, hey man, well, I know somebody that charges less. You know, you tell them a price and then I know somebody that charges less. And you reply right back to them like, I know some people that'll pay more. So, you know, value is all relative. Like, you may know somebody that'll charge less for what the kind of work I'm doing, but I know other people that'll pay more than what you're offering me. So, you know, we all got our clientele and we all got our, you know, people we go to. So, yeah. So
I think this might be the post you're talking about. People will count your pockets thinking you can do for them, but won't count your expenses knowing that you got to do for your family. And that's real shit.
No. It was one a while, but look, I've always posted stuff like that because I'm very vocal about stuff like this. Like, you know, you guys had me on a little bit ago. I'm very vocal about stuff like this. Like, that's part of that whole, you got these kids and they really believe that they could do 10 customs a day at $50 a custom and make 500 a day. And then when they get these 10 orders and they mess up the first 2 and they got to work an extra day on those 2, and then they're backed up, and then they're getting more orders, and then they're backed up for a month, but they only charge $50 and they promised 3 days turnaround, and now they backed up for 2 months, and they and then. So yeah, man, it's, but yeah, it you know, like I said, just a cautionary tale, man. But yeah, let's try to get one more question answered, man. I love these questions, though.
Did you think of the answer to my question? If not, we got one in the chat.
Oh yeah, that's
the
right.
Custom shoe. Which would be your favorite person to do a custom shoe for? What would be the theme? And then while you're thinking of that again, Young Civic 20, one of the homies, one of the family, he asked, if you make a mistake while painting, will you just go over it or start all over, or does it depend on how big or bad the mistake is?
How big and bad the mistake is. And honestly, if I could do a shoe for somebody, and it is straight up, I post his stuff a lot too. E.T., the hip hop preacher, simply because I think as a grown man, I have no problem. A long time ago, somebody told me wisdom is learning from someone else's pain without yourself having to go through that pain. And when he speaks, you can tell he comes from a place where he's been through that pain, and I value that. So I would love to do, you know, you can pick somebody 10 times more famous or rich or whatever, but for me, it would be a way for me to say thank you. It would be a way for me to just be like, yo, for all the times that I was at my wit's end, and you yelling at the screen or on the microphone and me catching it on Facebook, basically told me to stop being a bitch and get up and go, then thank you. Here's your custom, thank you. And I would kill that shit for him, period.
That's dope. What about you, Mo? You got one?
I mean, look, there's a lot of people I've thought about right now that I would love to do shoes for, celebrities. One that I think, I guess stands out more than others. I don't know, man. I would have loved to do something for our last president. Like if I had a chance to do something for Obama, that would have been cool as hell. I don't know how, I don't know what, but I just know sneakers have been done before with that theme, or like it even makes me think of a pair that Under Armour got to do that I think they gifted to him. That I just wish we were doing a little bit more work with Under Armour at that time, where we were probably more involved with that process, because I think we could have done something a lot more cooler for him. But that would have been something changed in the sense of just, you know, him being president and so on, and it's just a figure that kind of stands out to me. I would have loved to do something for him, but there's so many more, man. There's so many more.
You definitely could have did better than the custom kicks that Dexter Fowler got him.
Yeah, did you see that? I saw those too, and I'm like, man. So, and it's funny, when I saw those, I wasn't even doing this, and it's now when I think back, I'm like, God, if only we were doing this long enough to have been around at that point. And you never know. But yeah, that's somebody. Jay-Z's another guy I would love to do a custom for. Just because I think that would be something a little bit more classy and classic for somebody like him. So, represent his albums in some way or something, something cool. But yeah, there's a couple of figures I would love to do something for.
That would be dope. Fellas, y'all got anything else? Y'all ready to hit to the dessert?
I think that's it on mine. I don't have anything else.
OG?
Man, I think we've we've certainly had a great conversation with you guys, man. We definitely this has just been totally dope. Just as it was the first time, and while I'm talking, I will throw this back up again and just remind the family, like, if you want to check out these guys some more and maybe have a chance to come by and pick their brain in person. If you are in the Baltimore area, the weekend of August the 12th, they'll be doing a panel, part of Baltimore Fashion Week, which is also going to include a representative from DTLR and yours truly, OGSneekerz, representing for the Soul Food Sneaker Talk family. So we definitely look forward to doing that. Appreciate Fashion Umbrella Foundation for the invitation to be part of that. That's going to be really dope. And it's just like crazy karma and a blessing that, I knew these guys and, kind of how we met, and the fact that, we still end up, flying through each other's circles is just really dope to me. And, I know we're not to the end of the show, but I don't want to forget to say this, that, anytime you guys have something going on, that you want to share with the family, just hit us up and let us know, man. We gonna be here every Wednesday, so you always have carte blanche to come in and holler at the family and let us know what you guys are doing and what you got going on.
Definitely.
And now I need something sweet. What's up with that dessert?
So for the dessert, I picked 3 pair of shoes for this week. The first one is one that I keep saying that I want. I haven't bought a single pair. I don't know if it's because they haven't gone on sale or what the deal is, but it's the Kobe AD NXT. This one is the Mamba Curio colorway. They haven't given a release date yet. It is coming out sometime this year. It has the turquoise and the aqua and whatever the hell else color you want to call these. $200 price point. It's definitely different than the other iterations. Big Nike on one side, no Nike on the other one, which is dope. What do y'all think about these? Are y'all interested in these?
Yeah, I can't stand silhouette.
I like them.
I'm not a big fan of that silhouette, so I'm not interested in those at all.
I like it. I don't like the price point. I think $200 is too steep for that shoe. I really into like the little shroud thing and the pull tab to kind of tighten it up so it's no laces, but that's not the colorway to make me jump for $200. I don't know. I'd be interested to see, like, Mo, Des, what do you guys think about that? Like from an aesthetic standpoint, just that design that Beard showed.
I like it. I think that's what a lot of the newer designs are coming out with. Even when I see a lot of these illustrators that are drawing these shoes up and trying to do new ones, there are a lot of them that are coming out with that style. So I think that's kind of like the new thing. But it's cool. It's cool to look at and everything. But I'm a classic kind of guy. I'm old fashioned, so I stick with the old style, old look.
The green is off the hook, but that gray is not attractive. They killed it with the gray. I don't know, but that greenish turquoise color, that joint is off the hook though.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that shroud. I don't know if that's the lighting, because you know sometimes these pictures are whack. It looks like they took this in a bright ass room, so I don't know if that's reflective or what. But yeah, I like the back end pause of this shoe, but that shroud color looks a little. I agree with you. It looks a little weird. I have 4 pair of Kobe's. I haven't paid $200 for any pair, and this won't be the first. So once they go on sale, I might be in the business. But I'm not paying $200, bro. It's not happening. The next one I picked, this one I've been trying to get on the show for 3 weeks now. We just never have time to get it on here. This is the new Way of Wade, one of 2. He's got another one that's got like a sock booty with a crisscross on it. But this one is allegedly coming out soon as well. And I don't know about y'all, but it looks like they went left. Like the last couple Way of Wades have been decent. This one is a little off for me. I don't know. What do you think, OG?
I like Way of Wades. I like what the company has done. I like, some of the different designs and colorways and, kind of their whole approach. I feel like this shoe is kind of like a giving in to the trend. Like so many shoes are kind of going in that kind of mesh, NMD, Presto-y kind of vein, and I feel like they're more jumping on the train as opposed to maybe doing that, but kind of taking it in a different direction, or keeping it more kind of true. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. I like just this particular iteration. It reminds me of like a sock dart. Yeah, I guess it's that strap.
Just about to say that.
Really just makes me feel it feels like a sock dart. But I'm willing to not completely pass judgment on them because in the past I've really I like what they do as a company, and they've had some really, really dope colors. Like I am sick that I missed that the shoe that they had for this past for the All-Star game. That iridescent whatever kind of, I don't know what you call it. That was just a dope shoe. I'm still looking for that shoe, but I digress. Has nothing to do with it. It's okay. I'm not necessarily in love with green shoes, so.
I got you. What about you, Dabs? What you think of this one?
Oh, I just think the Way of Ways are almost like the Kobe sneakers. I think this is number 6 right here. So the first 5 to me all look the same, almost similar to what the Kobe sneaker has generally done. So this one, they're changing it up a little bit. I do like the fact that they're changing it up. But I mean, I've always been somewhat indifferent towards the brand, period, because it's just like it's lukewarm. It's a nice sneaker, but the price point is kind of, I just wish they had something where they would introduce us to a 120 to 130 price point instead of hitting us with the 160 right off the top with something to me that really isn't proven. So, I mean, I think it's an okay looking sneaker, but it's not nothing I'm looking to invest into.
I think the thing that throws it off for me, and I don't, I'm a different kind of dude sometimes, but that logo on the side, did anybody watch Community?
On
the TV show Community?
NBC, yeah.
Yeah, there was a flag that they had that had a logo similar to that. And if you watch that show, I won't sully up our show with what it was called, but that logo was similar to the logo on that flag. Y'all can Google that. But for me, that part kind of throws it off for me. I agree with what you said, OG. It does look like a more of the same for everything else. But that logo for real drives me crazy. Dez and Mo, what do y'all think of these?
Not so much a fan of those. I'm not a big fan of Wade's. I got one pair, and it was actually a gift to me. So yeah, that's how I got that one pair, and I like it. But there was a model, I think. I want to say it was the 4 or the 5. It might have been the 4 or the 5. But one of those I really liked a lot. I liked what they did with it. I liked the kind of new hip look they came out with. But then this one, I think in my opinion, I think it kind of fell off a little bit design-wise. I think it did kind of follow this whole fly knit look. I think the strap was just a little extra. not needed. Even if they're going for that fly knit look, then just go for it without the strap. The strap looks like they try to pull it back a little bit from the fly knit look, but I don't know. Just not a big fan of those.
And Dez already said they look like the sock darts. Does that mean you copping or no?
Nah, they look like a bad version of the sock dart. I didn't get to finish. They look like the not sock dart.
It's the anti-sock dart.
Right.
I got you. They're getting to the point now where they're about to just start. I mean, Reebok's got one coming out that it's literally like a sock with a sole on it, and I'm wondering when we're gonna stop this shit, man. I don't know about anybody else, but I like to have some support. I like to know that I have on a shoe. I don't want to be walking barefoot personally. That's just my thing. So, the last one I got here, this one is the Air Jordan 5 Premium. The color is wine. I have no idea. I mean, it's gonna be another $400 shoe. But I would be lying if I didn't say, and I know Dad's probably feeling that Eastland leather on these two. This one I might hit. It ain't gonna be $400, but this one might be a $250, $300 cop for me. That shit is dope as hell.
I like.
What do y'all think of my long?
I like those a lot. I haven't been a big fan of many of those that came out recently. Maybe I think the flight ones. I think I like the green ones. Yeah. But those right there, I like a lot. I like that wine color scheme. And then the quilted pattern on the inside. I like that.
That shit looks dope. OG, you in on these?
Man, you know how I feel about fives. We were talking about this the other day. That picture looks fire. And, you know, anything that's close to maroon, that's my college color. So, you know, I'm always going to have an affinity for it. But when I put fives on my feet, man, I just feel like I made a mistake. So I don't know. We'll see. What is it? I'll take it under advisement.
Dabs, you copying?
No, I don't like them, man. And maybe it's the picture. They look a little too shiny, and plus, like what OG just said, I'm not a big fan of fives on feet. In hand, they nice to look at, but on my feet, they look absolutely terrible. So that's it's an easy pass.
Des, where you at on these?
Man, I'm in love with these. I seen the picture of these earlier today. Wow.
Yeah, that's how it was. It was like full stop. When I saw, I was like, "Oh shit, that might be the one."
They look grown. They look like a grown version of that shoe, like a grown man version of that shoe. Like,
yeah,
like
some shit you said in the boutique.
Yeah, like you go to a nice restaurant with your wife and drink some wine and put the wine glass by the shoe and take a selfie of the shoe and then finish your dinner. Damn it.
That might be my photo. If I count these, that might be my photo. The wine and the medium rare steak and the shoe on the table.
Right there.
That mug is clean. I saw that. I was like, shit. I'm not gonna give him the 4. But if this motherfucker come down to 250 or close to 3, I might have to pull the trigger on those. I don't think that these will sit. I don't know the numbers on these, but from all the reaction I've seen, this is one where people are like, yeah, I'm copping those. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
I'll get my man at the store to get them.
Hey, I might need you to give me another pair too.
That $400 price point,
okay.
that's some grown man money right there too. You know,
you're not lying.
That's a pimp decision.
I might have to sell a couple logos so I get up on those and treat myself. If I was playing fantasy football this year, I might be like, hey, that's my treat. But not doing that. And Daz, were you able to get the bill together for this week?
Yeah, I got it. So this is the sneaker releases for this week. They came out with a dope pack, and I don't know if Dez and Mo appreciate what they've done, but this is the Nike LeBron 14 is just for grade school. They're coming out. They're $140. So you got the different wrestlers that they're themed after. Ric Flair, the Ultimate Warrior, which I thought they murdered this shoe, and then the Undertaker. I love how they got the different designs on the straps. But that Undertaker is super crazy. If you know much about wrestling, man, that strap is right on. But I mean, fellas, what you guys think about this pack, and what do you think about the fact that the fellas won't be able to get a pair since they're grade school size only?
I always said that
I like the
Cena's
Ric Flair. I mean, I like the kind of. I didn't even hear you coming in.
That's cool. Go for it, Mo.
No. What I was gonna say, I like the Ultimate Warrior pair a lot. I like what they did with that one, the color scheme. I love the strap. The other two I think were dope, but I think could have been a little bit more creative, maybe. Definitely the Ric Flair one. The idea, the pack, I think is cool. You know, I've done a wrestling custom before, so just to kind of think of that, doing like another wrestling shoe is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm a fan of the Ultimate Warrior one. A big fan of those.
Yeah,
so this is a 3-shoe pack for 140.
No, I think they're individually 140.
Oh hell no! I ain't buying my kid that. You almost had me. 140? No.
You think Nike giving you 3 shoes for 140? Come on, Des. You've been doing this long.
Man, I was baffled. Look, man, come on, man. I've been sniffing paint all day, bro. Give me a break. But they're dope, though. I mean, I love the colors, man. I love the colors. I love that. Like, I think I agree with Mo. Like this Ultimate Warrior, the Ric Flair though, with the blue. That's too nice. But yeah, what? But man, they're nice, but that price point, my son don't need that.
OG, what's your thoughts on
them? I actually, I like purple. So the purple and black joint was at the Ultimate Warrior. Those are probably my favorite out of the 3. I'm just salty now. That's probably the first 14 I've seen that I would even consider buying, and I can't buy it because it ain't in no grown man size.
Yeah, that's
probably a good thing.
That's definitely the part that kind of rubbed me.
I mean, you could buy a 14, and we could do that for you.
There it is.
Okay, y'all heard it right there. So there it is. I just had to find the all black one.
Beard Jedi, I know you can kind of relate since we both kind of wrestling fans or whatnot, but the fact that they've made these shoes, especially with these guys for being old school wrestlers, I don't know if the kids would actually relate to the colorways and the themes that they got going on with the shoes. So that's why it really perplexes me that why did it not come with in men's sizing? Because grown men would be like, yo, I remember, some of these themes and colorways from the past. I mean, do you kind of agree with that, or?
Absolutely. I feel like this is one. I always said that one of the biggest misses was John Cena not having his own shoe. Now I think now in 2017 he's got a shoe line at Kmart or some shit like that.
Right.
But for the bulk of his career, when he was winning titles 1 through 10 or some shit like that, he didn't have a shoe deal. And I was like, why doesn't he have a shoe? He just wore some ugly ass New Balance, or it was Jordan for a while, and then he switched over to New Balance, and now he's wearing his shoes. Those shoes are dope as hell. And if you had those in Cena's for the kids, sell out because Cena moves money. But yeah, this is the one that I would probably go with. Getting the I think the flip the switch pack is the most white one. I would probably get those and then be like, yo, Dez, I need these. Ultimate Warriors probably be my pick. Because those are dope. Yeah, we missed out on those.
I thought they were super crazy right there. Next up is the Nike Air Vapor Max, $200. I don't think these will be like readily available for everybody to get. Me personally, I don't like them. I think that would be better if that Nike sign wasn't hidden, because to me it just looks too monochrome. But these are any guys going to shoot the shot on this particular pair?
Nope.
Any shoe that's named after a blood clot, I'm passing on. The bomba clot. No.
The bomba clot there, Max.
Me no want it.
Sometimes, like the fellas was mentioning, you throw a name on some stuff, and all of a sudden, people automatically want to make it dope. Especially to me, Supreme. You throw Supreme on it, Louis V on it. It's like, man, everybody trying to, shake everybody down just to get the pair. I kind of feel like this is almost the same way they threw their name on it and then just made an all red shoe and, go get them, just due to the fact that they're limited. But I don't know. This is probably the biggest release of the weekend, I want to say, the Nike Air Foamposite Eggplants. I think they come out Friday, if I'm not mistaken, for 2:30.
I heard they got pushed back too.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, allegedly they got pushed back to the 15th of August.
Oh, wow. Was there a reason because of that, or?
We have to ask the Kang. The Kang is the one who broke the news to me.
Got you. I've
heard. Go ahead, man. My bad.
No, I just heard there were supposed to be a lot of pairs out there as well. So, I don't know if I don't know if this will be a first day cop or not due to that point. But OG, is this something you're looking forward to grabbing?
It's close to purple, and if it's depending on how it kind of looks, it would be on my radar. But man, I just been on some other stuff really strong here lately, so it could also slip for me. But I'm keeping an eye out for it. It's definitely on my. Pretty sure that they will find their way into the collection.
Dez and Mo?
Definitely want to get them. I'm a foam guy. Not sure if I'll be not sure if it'll be a first day pickup. I never really try to do those first day pickups. But I'm getting the eggplants. Like, I got a foam collection. I love my foams. Eggplants is one of those pairs I never had, so I've just been twiddling my thumbs waiting for them to bring the eggplants back out, and now that they have, it's just a matter of what route I'm going to take to get them, but I'm going to get them though.
Yes.
Yeah. Same with Mo. I'm not. I wait, but yeah, they're beautiful. I love. Yeah, they're beautiful.
Y'all spiking my interest a little bit more, but goodness, but there's a couple of weeks to wait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's two foams that's on my radar right now, and that's one of them right there. That's one of them.
Then the last release we have Air Jordan 11 Retro Low IE in the Midnight Navy colorway 170. They're supposed to drop this Saturday. I don't know about how limited they'll be, but man, this one got me sweating. I really like these joints, but I don't know if people are going to fill them, so I'm going to wait on these bad boys. You know what I'm saying? Wait to see if the price drops on them. But what are you guys' thoughts on them?
It's a pass for me.
Yeah,
I don't particularly like the IE, so I'm good.
Yeah, I could pass. I like them, but look, if I had to pick what shoe I'm buying next, would be those purple foams before I get those.
I've gotten into so many arguments. I don't like this model shoe, and people have called me all kinds of names. I'll take it. I'll take that. That's fine. But this one, I am not attracted to this model shoe at all.
OG?
It's probably a pass for me. I like some IEs. I have a few, like I have the Croc version. I guess that's what you call them. Which a lot of people didn't necessarily, get on too tough, but I, it was actually really all about the gum bottom more than it was, just kind of the combination of both. But I that's probably, if I see it in the discount bin and it's the right price, I might rock it, but probably not. I'm like Mo. If I'm gonna shoot the shot, I'm kind of going all in for the eggplants and just let it be a one cop weekend.
That's what's up. That's the releases that's coming out this week.
I feel like you, Dabs. I wasn't planning on getting those purple ones either, but I'm like, shit. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe.
The eggplants is classic, man. When you talk about foams, in my head growing up, if there was any foam I wanted back in the day, was the eggplants that I couldn't get because at the time they came out, that's when my parents was buying my shoes for me. So they wasn't having it. It was very rare that I would even get a shoe around that price. So ever since then, man, just I've been building my foam collection back up as to what I wanted back in the day, and then a couple of the new ones that's come out. But the eggplants have just been classic, man, classic in my head when it comes to foam. So if you're a real foam head, I think you need to have the eggplants in your collection. So I got to put them into mine.
I got a question for you guys, and it may or may not be one that you can answer. So if you can, I respect that. But the work that you do with the Under Armour, does that preclude you from doing any work with any other brands?
It doesn't. We don't have any type of contract where we can only solely work on Under Armour.
Okay.
But I think it does scare away other brands. If I had to give my opinion, I think it's never been said to us, it's never been proven, but I feel that based on opportunities that I've seen other brands give to other customizers, I feel like we could have got that. It's more up our alley, so on. Now, whether I'm hating or not, look, I don't want to hate. Everyone gets their own work that they deserve, that they're destined to get. But I do feel like it plays a part. The fact that we're so, I don't want to say invested. I mean, we just get so much work from Under Armour that it gives this impression that we only do Under Armour work. So, it's a good and a bad thing. But hey, man, I'll keep it coming. If it pays the bill, keep it coming.
No doubt. Well, do you guys, as we wrap up, do you have anything, just that you want to shout out to the family, or maybe something that we didn't cover, or something you want to let them know about or be on the lookout for?
Just be on the lookout. This football season coming around again. We're getting busy with that again. It's definitely some stuff we want to do a little bit differently this year, that we just want to get a little bit more aggressive with it. So just look out for that. Look out for some, like we said, some cool stuff in the future with this with these prints that we're designing with Under Armour that are going to be available for the mass production. So so that's going to be pretty cool. And other than that, man, we appreciate you having us. I had a lot of fun tonight. This was
cool. What's going on with the gallery, Dez? Is that still on track?
You know what? Oh man, it's crazy. That got derailed. It came to a crashing, burning, volcanic explosion halt. It was horrible. But what it's done is it's me, man. I'm a man of faith, and I figure if it's not on my plate, it's because God doesn't want it to be on my plate, and I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. But what it has done, man, it's really kind of really helped me to hit the gas as far as at the shop with the customs. So it's been a good thing, man. It's been a blessing, man. I've been on high motivation status. I've been selling a lot of the artwork online, a lot of the stuff that I've been doing in my spare time. And it's really brought back that fire. So yeah, no, unfortunately, the gallery went downhill, but in the future, it's just not happening now. But it's something to build towards, and like I said, it's kind of just put the fire back in me. When I got the news about that, I got a couple phone calls for some really exciting projects. So my news would be on the lookout for some pretty sick customs that we should have coming out here soon. And remember, you're not going to see a lot of supreme whatever, but you are going to see some exciting artistic work from us. And I think people are really going to like it, really going to fall in love and realize the difference. I mean, if you keep a keen eye out, you'll realize the difference when we say we're a cut above. And I think we're about to start really showing it. And of course, this football season, you already know.
Yeah, Don Turner in the chat is trying to remind me about some show that Beard committed me to produce for you guys. So I guess another thing we need to talk about is me bringing a couple cameras over to the studio, especially as you're gearing up for football season. So yeah, we definitely will connect up about that as well.
That's exciting news right there. Look at
that. So, Dabs, you want to sign us out, man? Or fellas, you want to sign us out? Let them know where they can find you first, and then we'll get to the Holy Trinity. Let them know your connects, your Instagrams, all that good stuff.
Will you catch me on Instagram?
Of course, man.
On.
You know, it's at Des Customs. What?
Go ahead.
Nah, you go, Mo. I'm being greedy. Go ahead. You go.
You already started, bro. Just finish it up, bro. Go ahead.
All right. So, yeah. At Des Customs with a Z, DEZCSTOMZ. And please also follow at Home Court DMV. We're a hidden gem in the DMV right in Silver Spring. Get some kicks, stop by, get some fresh gear, Supreme, all that good stuff.
Yep, and you get me on the Instagram. I'm mainly on there. KreativeCustomKicks. Creative is spelled with a K. Everything else spelled normal. KreativeCustomKicks. And yeah, man, we out in Silver Spring. Pretty local for the Maryland area, DC area. But again, you know, it's a studio out there. All the information is on our Instagrams. If you want to place an order, it's a very easy process. Just reach out. And it's just a matter of shipping to us, and we ship back.
That's what's up, Dabs. You want to get a sign out on?
Oh yeah, but just wanted to thank the guys once again for stopping through and giving us some knowledge on the customizing sides of the game, side to the game, and that's pretty much it on my end.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign out, and then I'm gonna let the big brother OG handle it. Y'all know who it is, man. It's your man Beard Jedi saying thank you again to Des Customs, man. We really appreciate y'all coming back. Mo, we're glad you were able to join us this time, and hopefully you'll have 3 pair of shoes coming from the Soli Trinity to get customized. We got a sneaker con coming up in Atlanta that some of us may have to get there by hook or crook. It would be dope if we all had some custom kicks that y'all did. So be looking for some information from that. Thanks to the chat once again for sticking out. Y'all shut the chat down again. So they really, I think I can speak for the crew team early, that they really respect and appreciate y'all for coming and spending time with us. We all understand that time is money, and for y'all to rock with us like this in the middle of the night is definitely appreciated. I'm gonna sign out, man. It's your man Beard Jedi, aka the Black Alex B. Keaton, aka Shupak Shakur, aka Shumoa Joe, aka the Celtic Warrior Jameis, aka Glorious Bobby Shoes, aka Kickpocalypse, and aka Kick James, bitch. OG, sign us out, brother.
Oh man, are you done now? It's your boy OGSneekerz, and look, we had a fabulous time today with 2 of new parts of our family. So you know you could come back anytime. You're welcome. You're welcome. Be sure if you're in the Baltimore area to check them out. Baltimore Fashion Week. They're gonna be up on a big stage talking to the people like the big man there is. Until next time, it's the Soli Trinity. We wishing all of you total sneaker family one love. We holler at y'all next week. Peace.
We out. Peace.
Yeah, that.
Peace.